Hi everybody, Bill Knutson here for New York Sports with an Attitude. And the attitude is crabby and disappointed. The Mets terrible starting pitching again. But I got a couple of notes aside from the Mets game. I'll get back to the Mets game in just a second. Personal note, Jimmy up in New York, my brother just told me what you said. So I took care of that, I fixed it, and I'm wondering, where is your mind coming up with something like that, because no one else mentioned anything like that. It's an inside joke. Jimmy, my brother, and I know exactly what that means, but I'll talk to you later, Jimmy, and I'll see you in August down in Miami at the Man Trip. But anyway, another thing, it's New York sports related, but again, I'll get back to the Mets in a minute, unfortunately. We just got the Stanley Cup winning coach signed a 5-year deal for $25 million to coach the New York Islanders. My New York Islanders just came across the wire a few minutes ago. So the Islanders haven't done much in the last 35 years since they won the 4 championships in the 80s. A couple of playoff appearances, basically, and not much after that. So maybe a Stanley Cup winning coach will help the situation, maybe moving into the new arena, you know, over at Belmont Park in a couple of years, 3 years, whatever it is. I wish they would just redo Nassau Coliseum and bring the Islanders back where they were. That's where the fans are. But anyway, I digress. All right, anyway, back to the Mets game. Very disappointing. Of course, we scored first again. We scored first in all 4 games in Colorado, but that didn't matter. We lost 2 of the first 3. And in the 2 losses, we scored 8 runs, and each one of those 2 losses gave up 10 with terrible starting pitching and bullpen pitching. Today, we got a run in the first. Mats gave up a 3-run homer in the bottom of the first, gave up 2 more runs in the second, and we're down 5-1 already. We're already in a big hole. Now, granted, it's Colorado, and leads, you know, sometimes they're tough to hold on to. No lead is really safe, kind of like Wrigley Field. But, buried us early. Now, he did pitch a total of 5 2/3 innings, so he went the next 3 2/3 without giving up anything to give us a chance. We ended up losing 6-4, but we grounded into 5 double plays. Every time we got a couple of guys on base, gave us some life, gave us a chance maybe to get back into the game, we hit into a double play, and it just let all the air out of the balloon. So the offense again was decent today, just wasn't clutch. Hitting into the double plays, and it killed us. So that was it on that. You know, tomorrow we're heading home right now. You know, just about. They're getting ready to head back to New York. 6-game homestand coming up. Got the Dodgers for 3, starting tomorrow night over the weekend, and then the Pittsburgh Pirates. So it's not going to be easy. We've got Wheeler pitching tomorrow night. We'll see what happens. A very disappointing 3-7 road trip that could have easily been 5-5 or 6-4 with some decent starting pitching over the last 3 nights. You know, because we scored 20 runs the last 3 games and lost them all. So, you know, what can you do? It's just very, very disappointing. You know, I'm still hearing things about trading DeGrom and Syndergaard, and I realize those are the 2 best pieces to bring back a lot of prospects. Prospects are fine. A lot of prospects end up busts and do nothing. I want to get, like I've said before, some major league established talent and some top quality prospects. Because obviously DeGrom is a tremendously proven commodity, and to a lesser extent Syndergaard, but you know what he's capable of doing. But, you know, we're back to 10 games under 500, just like we were last week. And I did hear we were the fastest team in history to go from 10 games over 500 to 10 games under 500, and by a wide margin. So that's obviously a terrible stat for us. And we've had several historically bad statistics this year. So here we are. The game in Colorado just ended about 30 minutes ago. We're back to 31-41, 10 games under 500 again. If we're going to be serious, we got to come home and win 5 out of 6. It's a lot to ask to win 6 straight games, especially the way we've been playing lately. But come home, go 5-1. You know, chip away at that 10 games under 500. But if we go 2-4, 1-5, we're approaching the halfway mark, then it's going to be a wasted season. And we need to go out and fix all of our needs and act like a big city market, because we play in New York City, last I checked. We don't play in Tampa Bay or whatever. And last I checked, as far as I know, owners are not, barely getting by in life. They've got plenty of money. They're making a ton of money. Do something to keep us long-suffering Mets fans interested in the game. If you trade away DeGrom and Syndergaard for prospects, you're trading away 2 studs for guys that chances are never going to do anything. So I don't want that. So give us a reason to keep coming back. But anyway, let's get this homestand going tomorrow. Wheeler's pitching, hopefully a win, and hopefully 5 out of 6, something strong to approach the All-Star break in the second half of the season. All right, subscribe. I had a little Islanders news today that just came across the wire as I'm recording the show here. Unfortunately, same old with the Mets the last few nights. Not good news. But subscribe so you'll find out what's going on. I'll come up with more stuff besides Mets as the season goes on, especially if they keep going into the tank like this. I'll start talking about other things. But, check it out. Make sure you subscribe. And in closing, thanks a lot for watching. Still, let's go Mets, until I die. That's not going to change, no matter how crabby I get about how badly they're playing. But thanks again for watching. Have a great evening, and let's go Mets. See you next time.